All right, let's get started. My name is Thomas Mineart. I am a real estate agent with the EXIT Realty North Star office in Norwalk, and I got Jared Nicolaisen today with me from Key Mortgage. And Jared, we're here to talk about a product that you kind of got me hip on. So, do you kind of want to introduce it, and then we can talk about what all services come with this product?
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you having me on. A product, or more so a tool that I like to
Tool would probably
use,
be a
and
better way to put it. Yeah.
yeah, and I put all my past clients on. Is called HomeBot, and so all HomeBot is a tool that sends you a monthly digest, giving the information that you see on the screen. And Thomas and I will kind of run through what that looks like from your side. But I will preface there's no cost to you as the consumer. It's more so just for us to help you stay knowledgeable on what's going on around you.
Yeah, it's basically a monthly email report that the HomeBot will send out to you that's sponsored by Jared or another real estate agent, which in this case it would be me. It'd be sponsored by both of us. So we look over this information that they send you to, as well as I think is another big thing to point out.
Yeah.
Um, but it provides you monthly a bunch of information about your house to kind of help you get a pulse on what's going on in real estate as a whole, which I think makes for a great tool. Obviously, the two biggest things that they'll send you every month is they will send you a monthly home value estimate, and then because they will get your loan information, they will be able to send you an equity estimate along with that. Because it's one thing to say, "Oh, I know my house can sell for $320,000." It's another thing to be like, "I can make right around this much money if I sell it today," and it's
Hmm.
basically like checking in on another savings account or investing account. It's nice to know
Right.
that number for a multitude of different reasons. Some of those other reasons are laid out in these other tools here too. Jared, do you want to talk about some of the other things that the email has, maybe closer
Yeah.
to the loan side?
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually want to give you credit to the point where, like, just like you're tracking your savings or an investment account, similar to tracking your home value, you see the line graph and how it's been impacted based off of the sales around you. But in terms of the loan side, what you're specifically going to see on the right side is uh, you can enter your loan information, and it's going to tell you how much you've paid off so far. What that would make you show you how much equity position that you have. It will also talk to you about refinance options, and also if you added an additional monthly spend to your house in terms of paying down the loan, how much sooner you could pay off your house. So those three things specifically are meant for the loan. But Thomas, if you want to talk more about like the actual trends, stuff like that, and we can talk about how that ties in as well with the loan side of things.
Yeah, so on top of the home value estimate, what you'll be able to track, and like you'll literally see a line graph too, so you'll be able to see how your price is trending, and you'll actually be able to see too in the hypothetical world where it starts to go down, you'll be able to see it down. And if you know you want to sell, that might be a good indicator of your selling factors too. It brings up selling factors as well too. So it'll kind of lay out if they think you should sell based on a lot of different things, based on where your neighborhood is trending. It'll be based on how much equity you have. And then the other cool thing that they'll show you too is they have basically uh, tool that'll show you how much you can make by potentially downsizing, which is really, really nice. So if
Hmm.
you got into a place and you want to sell it at top dollar, if you really want to take advantage of selling it at top dollar, you probably should be looking at downsizing, cash out, and it'll be able to give you a legitimate number if you were to downsize in that same neighborhood and how much cash you'd be able to potentially make throughout that whole thing. Because one of the things people always ask me too, oh, I could sell for X amount. It's a really, really high amount. That's cool, but what would I get into? So that would be able to give you a good estimated number of how much you would actually be able to potentially make by cashing out on a house and then maybe downsizing something a little bit smaller. So it's really, really
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely, and that's one thing too. And a lot of people will be like, "Well, how does this home value made, or is the value accurate?" The thing to remember is just like any online um, pricing tool with estimating the value of your home, it's not going to be 100% market value accurate. But that's why you have Thomas in your corner. And if you have a question like, "Hey, I think this is a little low," or "Hey, I think this is a little high," you can call them and say, hey, is this right? Am I reading this right? And can you help me understand it? So it's a tool that gives you a really good idea, but then you also have the backing of Thomas in order to get the true value and what he thinks that you could sell it for. So you're going to basically have a double whammy from that side.
Yep. And I'll say this too. I put the link in there that you could just click on and sign yourself up. Jared and I will both get notified. Well, actually, just me would get notified that you would sign up. But once you're in that portal, I can see the estimated number that you're getting. And what I like to do is at least once a year, go through that whole list and make sure I think the number is accurate. So I run my own individual price analysis. And then from there, if I feel like it's justified, I can adjust that number if I want to. And then they'll start factoring the number I put in there with the tool that they have too, which is really, really nice. So it should refine the number even more and make it even more accurate and everything like that too. We didn't specifically put this out there too, but it kind of ties up into refinance options. The other thing I want to point out too is it does give you a pretty good monthly track of what interest rates are doing too, because that's something a lot of people ask me as well. But I think that's it. They also do have an Airbnb estimate. That's not the type of thing I'm super familiar with. The numbers that I've seen on certain people's houses seem fairly conservative for what I would guess that they could get for Airbnb. I would also say too, more than likely, if you're going to be looking at options outside of selling your home, more than likely in central Iowa, you would get more bang for the buck finding a long-term leasing option than you would at Airbnb, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, and I agree. And I think, that's one thing, part of the tool where it's like, that's what a lot of people are asking for is Airbnbs. Like that's what a lot of people are trying to do. And so in areas like Florida, Arizona, California, those numbers may be more accurate than in Des Moines where a lot of people, it gives an idea if someone wants to do it, but it's not 100%. Like you said, it's going to be conservative, and you probably will get more bang for your buck for long term in Iowa.
And then on that flip side too, with the home values, I'm always looking at it to make sure I feel like they're somewhat accurate too. Compared to other automated value systems, they do seem like their number is a little bit more conservative, which I would rather see a more conservative number than an aggressive number. But I do just want to point that out as well too. But
Absolutely.
Super easy to sign up for it. We put the link in all the comments of all the places that we're streaming this, so it's super easy for you to just click on the link and sign up, or just reach out to Jared and I, or Jared or I, if you have questions. Jared, is there anything you wanted to say to follow it up? I think we just got a few people commenting below saying that they've really enjoyed using the tool as well, but no questions have popped up. Is there anything you wanted to wrap it up by saying?
No, I mean, I would say if it's something, as much as a house is an emotional spend, there is a logical and monetary side of it, and you should look at it like an investment, even though that's not the sexy thing to say. So this is a great way to track it, keep and making sure that you're reaching your financial goals with your house. While also, if it's your dream home, then you may not even have to worry about it, but it's still good to just check in and just making sure that you're where you should be.
And even if you think it's your dream home and it's a house that you're going to stay in forever, there's still a multitude of reasons to keep signing up for this tool and keep using it. Because I know it's not a hot topic right now because of what interest rates are doing, but refinancing is always something you should be thinking about if it can decrease your monthly payment and help you pay off the loan quicker. That's something to always think about. Knowing somewhat of an idea of what the house could potentially rent for is never a bad idea to know. And honestly, you may think it's your dream home now, but you may find yourself in an opportunity to buy something even better, and you could make that decision a lot quicker if you have at least a 75% solid idea of what your current home is worth. So it's never an idea to just know that number. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that have investment accounts, savings accounts, checking accounts that they check daily. I think you should at least know how much your home is worth monthly. So it's just
wholeheartedly agree with that. That's a great point.
Yeah. So All right, guys. Well, thank you. Have a great day. Even though we're ending the live stream now, leave comments below if you have questions. We will answer them on our next video. It seems like Jared and I do a video at least once a month, if not every 2 weeks. So we'll get your questions answered. Anything you have real estate wise. So thank you guys. Have a great day.